Hello again, welcome back to another video. Today it's another unboxing. This arrived today. I was expecting it, but not today, so this is a bit of a surprise. So what we got here, this is a Frankarette and Super Frankarette miniature camera from Franker in Germany, and this has been packed in shredded paper, just my favourite, so that's going to end up everywhere, isn't it? There's no easy way of getting this out without getting this mess all over the floor. One way of getting rid of your unwanted bits of paper, just run it through the shredder and use it for packing material. Oh, it's made a right mess everywhere now. Should I comment on this seller's packaging and wrapping? You've got a strap, bubble wrap. Yep. Yeah, I've been picking this stuff up for months, aren't I? So we've got a nice leather case, I presume. Don't know a lot about these. I saw it on the dreaded eBay, the worst place for a photographer to look in his spare time. I thought it looked quite nice and quite interesting. It wasn't expensive, I think it was about £20. It wasn't a very expensive camera. The case is in good condition. It doesn't have a bad smell or anything to it. A lot of the times they sort of smell mouldy and yeah, they've not been particularly well looked after, but this one looks in quite good condition. Stitching's good. As I say, made in Germany, US zone, so I guess this is just after the Second World War then. This is late 40s, early 50s. Interesting. So here's the camera itself. Quite nice. It's got a Schneider lens on it, which is a 45 2.8. And this is a Xenar. Quite nice. Looks like it's... Are you going to focus? Yeah, it's a leaf shuttered camera. So the shutter speed at the front, the batteries at the back, and this has that EV thing where it's kind of the two are locked together. You can change them independently, but then when you change one, the other changes, so the exposure stays the same. So a 60th at f11 is the same as a 30th at f16, but you can also move them independently as well. But yeah, it's quite a popular system back in the day. This looks like focusing, although this is probably very stiff. They usually are. Yep, it is quite stiff. So that's going to be the grease again that's playing up, but it's not terminal. It's not locked up, but it is quite stiff through lack of use and old age. So it's non-interchangeable, 45mm 2.8, 35mm camera, and it looks like it is a rangefinder. It has two windows on the front, so it looks like a rangefinder rather than a zone focusing or a point and shoot. Shutter release, film advance, film counter, exposure counter. Oh, it does sound like the shutter's firing. Try it on a slow speed, it's normally them that play up most. So I thought that's 1 second. Yeah, as I thought. So that's the aperture blades there. And they look fairly good condition. But yeah, the slow speed seemed to be Oh, you don't want to focus, do you? So much for autofocus. Let's look at something like an 1/8 of a second. Yeah, that seems to be a bit better. It's another one that needs a good exercise, needs a long walk. So an 1/8 seems to be doing something. A 1/4. Yeah, it's mechanical. Clockwork. Okay, half a second seems to be a bit long. Yeah. Okay, so this is our eyepiece that we look through. Okay, got a rewind here. Film reminder, what sort of film we've got in there. Top rating of 200 ASA, so that gives us an idea about the age. That pulls up, and then to open the back is anybody's guess. How to read the instruction manual, I'm sure. That looks like it should open the back, and indeed it does open the back. So pressure plates, 35mm, what we call full frame nowadays, 24 by 36. There's your take-up spool. Sprocket drive, look at that metal. It's quite heavy, actually. It is a quality made camera. That is for sure. I don't know if this is slotted for loading the film in. Oh, get out of the way. There's probably a slot on this somewhere. Yeah, there is a slot there. A little tooth to bite into the sprockets. So yeah, 35mm. Normal size, made in West Germany. As opposed to East Germany. Frankarette. But yeah, it seems to be a runner. Let me just have a look through and see if this is a rangefinder camera. Yeah, it is a rangefinder camera. Interesting. Yeah, I can actually make the rangefinder patch move on the edge. Yeah, it does move. Okay. So I will do a full review and I'll put some film through it. Even there's a flash sync port on it as well. That's interesting. Being a least shutter, it'll flash sync at all speeds, although the top speed of a 300th is a bit of a limitation. But yeah, that's an interesting camera. I'll have to read the instruction manuals. But you can see there's the EV values there from 18 all the way down on that scale. Very interesting. It's got a self-timer as well. It's got XM, and then the V is usually a self-timer, but they never seem to work, the self-timer functions on these. So if you push that up to V, V would be the self-timer. Oh, I don't hear an awful lot happening. That should move. There you go. That's a selfie. That should be moving in about that sort of direction. And then after so long it should take the picture. There you go. So it just needs working. Lens looks fairly clear. It's got a coating on it or not, but if it has got a coating, it's going to be a very early one there. It's just still stuck there again. Look. It's not moving. But yeah, it's pretty full featured. I bet this is quite an expensive camera back in the day. Yeah, it's nice quality. German, so yeah, good quality. All metal, cold shoe, threaded for a cable release. Yeah, what more could you want? Push to rewind on the bottom as the usual sort of standard. Tripod mount in the middle of the lens where it should be. Yeah, very nice. This thing's struggling to focus today, but yeah, we've got that. And then in here, in this bag, we have got a load of this bloody packing material. Instructions for use. Let's have a quick read of that through. Franco will give you pleasure. Franco work, Beirut, Germany. Camera factory since 1910. Wow. That's impressive. What's that? Contents. It's rather nice to get the original instructions with it as well. The usual, what everything does. Nipple for connection of flashlight. Yeah, nipple's not really the right word for that. Picture of that side. Detailed what the bits are, what they're called. Had a load of film, pretty standard for 35mm cameras. If you watched any one of these sort of videos about loading cameras, you'll know how to do it. I much prefer the quick loads just to myself because I'm useless at it. Shutters. Pronto SVS. So I think this has got the SVS. What does it say on there? Yeah, Pronto SVS. This has got the SVS shutter in it, which has got the newer times and more of them rather than the Pronto, which has got less. Removing the film, setting the shutter speeds at Pronto, shutter speeds of Pronto, setting the aperture. You can use an external light meter or phone on your app. Delayed action release. See special instructions, flashlight synchronization. This is really for bulbs back in the day, so it's a little bit delayed. Change the lever M for Osram Phillips lamps. Change the lever to 41 for X for electronic flash units. So it does work with electronic flash. Depth of focus. That's just the usual depth of field scale on the lens. More depth of field, the smaller the aperture, or the bigger the f-stop. Setting the range. Setting the range with the rangefinder. Line up 2 images, pretty standard. Shutter release, viewfinder, holder for accessories, exposure, film marking disc, just to remember what's in there. Snapshot setting, yeah, that's just zone focusing. Hints for better pictures. Yeah, that's cute. Yeah, it's nice to get the original, and you can see, no, you can't really see because this is coming out too white on there, but it's kind of a yellowy, stainy sort of colour. And then what we got here, Moss, EMOS Limited for the High Street Southall, dispensing and photographic chemists. That bit's crossed out, it's just photographic. That's sold to Mr. Smith from Hillingdon in 1957. Wow. Maybe that was second hand, I don't know. Frankarette numbers, lens hood. I didn't get the lens hood with it. £37 and 19, it would have been shillings in them days. And there's head office, and that's received with thanks. £18, 13, so it must have had a part exchange or something. Must have part exchange one camera for another, but yeah, 1957. A sales receipt from EMOS in Southall. Phone numbers used to be like 4 digits long. I remember when I lived in the Isle of Man, our phone numbers were 3 digits long. 389 was the phone number back in them days. Yeah. Well, there's some provenance to go with it. It's very nice. And for £20, yeah, I'm more than happy with that. I think that's quite an attractive camera. It doesn't look scary or anything, and it is a rangefinder, which is I'm beginning to like rangefinders. I was never really a big fan of them, but they are growing on me. As you all know, I'm very keen on my SLRs, but sometimes a rangefinder's nice and easy to use and quick and discreet. I'm having some loud mirror flapping about. Anyway, there's a video for today. I waffled on for long enough. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. Comments, questions, queries, and all the usual stuff down below. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. The channel's doing quite well, actually. We just broke through the 2,000 subscribers, so thank you very much to all of you. If you're still watching the video, I probably should have said that at the beginning, really, because most of you might be watching by now. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care. Bye.